Some crazy new leaks for Mortal Kombat 1 have just dropped, and y'all know I don't cover bullcrap leaks. This is 100% real, and this leak, was posted a year ago and no one believed him. So I can't wait to dive into it, but first let's look at your community art. Now this is a meme that has been going along for a while now, for a few weeks I would say, where people try out the new Grimace shakes at McDonald's and they make TikToks where they pretend that some horrible stuff happens to them as if Grimace is like a big horror character. And it's freaking hilarious. So this artist actually drew Scorpion drinking the Grimace shake and having the same thing happen to him. I really love the bottom drawing. It's freaking amazing. And it's a 2-in-1, you know, it's a meme and it's art. So I will leave a link to the artist's Twitter down in the description of the video if you want to go like it or retweet it, whatever it. So on to this leak. It was posted by a user called LK979, and all the LKs basically all the cyber ninjas. So he said, "Happy New Year, Mortal Kombat leaks. I bring you a riddle for things in Mortal Kombat 12. I guess back then it was still called Mortal Kombat 12, and he posted that 2 years ago actually. Solve it all and I will leak more. Good luck." So of course no one solved it. And a year ago he posted the answers. So we're going to go through the pictures as well as the answers, and a lot of the stuff that he said a year ago is actually a lot of the stuff that we didn't know. Freaking crazy that he leaked that a ton of information about Mortal Kombat 1 we had no prior knowledge of has just been sitting there for like a year. That is so crazy to me. But this guy dropped so many bombshells, so let's get through them. Now be worried that there will be big story spoilers for this game, for Mortal Kombat 1 coming up, so if you don't want any spoilers, you probably shouldn't watch this video. The first picture is Shujinko talking to Damashi. Now if you don't know, Damashi is like an avatar of the Dragon King Onaga. I don't know how we were supposed to solve these riddles because they were pretty specific, but he says that Damashi guides Shang Tsung through the story. So the threat that was not foreseen was freaking Shang Tsung aligning himself with Onaga, or Onaga's spirit, Onaga's avatar, whatever you want to call it. That is freaking insane. And I love it. Now, number 2 was a picture of Endgame. Now, the leaker says for number 2, the convergence of all timelines at the end of the game, culminating in the Titans fighting. So, the Titans fight at the end of Mortal Kombat 1. We don't know who all the Titans are, but we actually know a few because of Roar's leak. He's a known leaker, and he's correctly leaked some stuff in the past. And a few months ago, he leaked a part of the script that seems so freaking insane. People didn't want to believe it. But this literally proves it to be true, because in that script leak, it said that Titan Kitana killed the Combat Kids. So Roar's script leak corroborates with this leak, which is freaking insane. So apparently a bunch of Titans fight at the end of the game, which is going to be really sweet to see. I'm so curious though about the Combat Kids. It's just, a lot of people are saying they'll never come back, they'll never be in the game, but it's pretty clear to me that they'll be DLC, or at least the most popular ones will, right? So hey, there's a chance for Cassie. But moving on to number 3, it was a picture of a AFI album. AFI is a band. They're like punkish, sort of alternative rock, I don't know. They're kind of emo. But the leaker says the lead singer of the band is Davey Havoc. So this confirms Havoc for the roster. The leaker says no surprise he's returning. He starts the game as a different MK character, however, only becoming Havoc late in the story. That's really interesting. As I said before, I have no idea about Havoc's lore except that he resides in Chaos Realm. So if any Havoc fans want to explain his lore and if this makes sense in any way in the comments down below, that would be awesome. How are you feeling now, Havoc fans? Not only does this confirm the 19 character roster that he's on, this 100% confirms Havoc for the story, like there is no doubt about it. Now number 4, in the same way, confirms the 19 character roster leak again. It is a picture of a general from the military, which I think is like from a mobile game or something, but the leaker says that General Shao is no Khan in this timeline. So in the roster leak that we had previously, people were referring to him as General Shao and not Shao Kahn. And just like Kitana's line in the game, she says Shao and doesn't call him Shao Kahn. So some more bombs dropped here. The fact that we now know most of the roster except 2 characters is just freaking insane, right? I think this is probably one of the best rosters ever. Now, if you don't know this roster, I'll put a picture up, and I also put a link to the video that I did go over these leaks, as well as the Roar script leaked. Now, number 5. This would have been insane to read just a few months ago. This was a picture of the 2 wrestlers. I forget their names that escape me right now. But this was supposed to confirm Sub-Zero and Scorpion as being brothers. In this case, Bi-Han is Sub-Zero, and Kuai Liang is a Scorpion. Man, this guy just confirmed that Scorpion is Kuai Liang. How are we feeling, Scorpion Nation? That Scorpion is now, canonically in this timeline at least, previously was Sub-Zero in another timeline. That is so freaking weird, bro. The fact that this information has been sitting there for a year and no one saw it. Oh, it's insane. So number 6 was a really tricky riddle. It's a picture cropped from an Xbox exclusive game called Cameo Elements of Power. And obviously this is referring to the cameos in the game. The leaker says cameos will work like tag assists in MK11, but will feature a lot and hopefully, eventually, all characters from Mortal Kombat history. So it seems that NRS was planning to have a huge cameo roster, more than the base roster itself, which makes sense, you know, because the cameo roster or cameo characters are probably easier to develop and balance than fully fledged fighters in the game. Number 7 is a picture of combat codes. I think the picture is from MKX if I'm not mistaken, but basically combat codes, if you input them before a match, I think it's only casual matches, obviously not ranked or anything like that. It changes some properties of the gameplay and of your fighters, like they can make heads really big or just remove your head entirely, right? I think this was in MKX, but I remember like the last big memory I have is from Mortal Kombat 9. Now number 8 was a picture of a plague doctor. A lot of people back then were saying it's a new character, but in fact this was referring to the plague known as Tarkat. That's what the leaker says. So this like just solidifies this leak as 100% true, because no one was calling it Tarkat Plague a year ago, let alone a few days ago before the bios dropped on the official site, right? Now the last one is a picture of a map. The leaker said it was referring to map mode. He says that the name was subject to change. Will function similarly to World of Light. Now, World of Light is an adventure mode in a Smash Brothers. I'm not sure how it works exactly, but it seems that it's basically a conquest type of mode. The leaker goes on to say, note, this is the one that is subject to the most change, as it is the least fleshed out at the moment. It may even be cut by game's release. Now, the only reason I don't think it'll be cut is because Ed Boon, in an interview during Summer Games Fest, explained that there will be no crypt in this game and that the team had been working hard to replace the crypt. So I 100% think that this map mode, whatever it is, whether it's Conquest or whatever, I really think we're going to see it in the game. So those are all the leaks. It's kind of crazy that the dude who posted that said, obviously no one believes it now, but for those of you reading this in 2023 or beyond, you can see I was correct. And yes, you were. Like, this guy just posted something a year ago just to have us like have our mind blown. It's also mind boggling. It's awesome. So what do you guys think about all these freaking bombshells that were dropped? Titans are in the game and they fight. Shang Tsung allied himself with Damashi. Havoc is in the game. Shao is now General Shao. Scorpion is Kuai Liang. And of course, maybe we'll have an adventure mode. So that is a lot of information. I'm not sure I processed it all, but yeah, let me know what you guys think about all this stuff in the comments below. And as always, have yourself a wonderful day, and I'll see you all very soon.